Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you. Showtime! Woo! 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 Silent and profiling. It's live and in color. Woo!
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. I am Tommy. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell because I always forget to tell you. Joining me is my main man, Mr. Jarek from Jan Sports. What is up, Jarek?
What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all, man? First of all, happy Victory Monday, man. That was a very wonderful experience, man. Kicking Denver's ass doing the wild card weekend, man. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself.
Dude, by the way, Bills Mafia, happy Victory Monday to you as well. Today feels good, real good, because Jarek, we had a lot of Bronco fans coming into our chat when we went live Friday night and then also on the pregame talking a lot of shit. And I was really surprised, honestly, because my God, it's like, dude, you haven't been there for a while, right? The Broncos have been pretty bad, right? You just started. I understand you're happy. Your team got to the playoffs, but let's be real here, Bronco fans. You're going against a team that's been there, done that as far as getting into the playoffs, winning their division 5 straight times, going against probably the best quarterback in the NFL right now, Josh Allen. Humble yourselves. Like, come on. Like, you know, there's no need for that. And Jarek, they were coming out of the woods where they were just like talking mad trash. And I said, you know what, Bronco fans, listen, we're here post game, win or lose. So bring that same energy you're bringing to the post game, and we'll talk then. You know what happened, Jarek? They didn't show up.
Oh,
They did not show up post game. They were nowhere to be found. But look, man, you know, I will say this about the Broncos. They got a good young quarterback there. They got a really good head coach, you know, and that's a team that you know is on the rise, like for sure, right? They're still, you know, building around Bo Nix. They need to get a running game going. But yeah, if they keep that going and keep building around Bo Nix, that could be a dangerous team for sure. But right now, it's not their time. And man, I was just really surprised, thrown back that Bronco fans were so arrogant and coming on here. And I'm not saying all Bronco fans were like that, but at least the ones we dealt with on Friday night and pregame, it was just wild. Mike, yeah, and 4:30 yesterday, Bronco fans were crickets. Yeah, they were too busy. They were too busy crying or something. I don't know what they were doing, but let's get right into the game. Let's get into the game, Jarek. So the Broncos started off quick, touchdown, fast. What was your thoughts on that opening drive, that opening touchdown to Troy Franklin? And what was your concern at that time, if you had any concern?
Well, first of all, I missed the freaking first touchdown because I was at the game, so I was.
You were at the game. You were okay. This is great. I'm glad I'm talking to you because I didn't know that. Okay, so you were there firsthand. Okay, cool.
Yeah, and I don't know. I went to the wrong section. So if you ever so for anyone who's ever been to the stadium, I was in 334. I went all the way to freaking 317. I had a friend. Well, initially I had a friend that was at 107. So anyone knows from going from 107 to 317 and then figure out, oh, wait a minute, I'm at 334. Then you got to go all the way to the other side of the freaking stadium. They go all the way up top upstairs. It was. I'm sweating bullets, so it is what it is, man. But no, like literally, when
no.
I'm doing all that, I will say this. I was shocked of how quick they scored. I guess viewing it real time, it's like, okay, well, you know what? The Broncos they're not gonna. There's no way they're gonna just come out the gate and just score off the gate. So like the fact that they were able to, it was that quick, and it was quick. All you heard was like the 30 Broncos fans that were there. It was like, wait a minute, what the hell just happened? So I had to go back and watch what happened. But no, it was you know what I'm saying? Like it was just terrible communication. It was terrible communication.
Yeah.
Like
absolutely.
And,
absolutely. Yep. Blown coverage. Pretty much.
Right. Yep. And Taylor Rapp.
So since you were at the game, how loud did it get there? Like when was it the loudest you've been to a Buffalo Bills game, or no? You've heard it louder.
I've heard it louder. I've heard it louder. It was loud. I've heard it louder. The Baltimore game should be the loudest. The Baltimore game, that has to be the loudest that we've seen. But are you going to that game? Yeah. I'm probably. I'm thinking about it.
How much are these tickets, Jarek? How much are they costing? Just curious. Like, how much is the Rams? How much was the Rams? Rams are playing now. How much was the Broncos game?
Not, you know
just
what?
Curious, offhand.
Not that much. Like, if you wanted to sit high up, it was like $120.
That's not terrible for a playoff game. Not bad at all. I will tell you this, Bills Mafia. Don't sell your tickets to damn Ravens. Come on, keep your tickets and go to the game, man. Enjoy this, man. Enjoy this ride. Now, Deion Dawkins was on Colin Cowherd today. He said this is the best Buffalo Bills team he has been on. Do you believe that?
I would say that this is the most balanced. I wouldn't say this was the best. I won't say this is the best team. I'm gonna say this is the most balanced team because of the offensive line. Because of the offensive line. Discipline.
Okay.
But in terms of sheer talent, I'm not gonna say that because obviously I would say 2019 is the best defense we ever had. No, I'm not gonna say that. That's the best defense in the McDermott era. 2014 is the best defense ever. That's just me personally because of the defensive line with Darius and you literally got 4 All-Pros on the defensive line. 2019 was we were deep. Like that was the deepest team in terms of depth. Maybe not in terms of star quality, but in terms of depth in the front seven.
Okay.
A lot of the issues we have on this team defensively would have been addressed in 2019 if we can bring that squad over. But in terms of just overall balance, having an offensive line, finally establishing a ground game and having an established back, and then Josh Allen playing the best that he's ever had in his career, I would say this is the most balanced that we've ever been.
Okay. Callie coming in, he says, I would go to every game, but I never flew in an airplane. Callie, you got to do it, brother. I don't know if are you nervous to fly a plane? Or fly a plane? Are you nervous to go in a plane, fly? Look, man, I was nervous years ago when I was young, and I eventually went in, took a flight, and easy peasy, man, easy peasy. You get there real quick. I would say that the part that will get you nervous, maybe if there's like a rough takeoff, a rough landing. Sometimes you get that, or up in the air, you get what do they call that, Jarek? Where get a little turbulence. That might be sometimes a little unsettling, but other than that, good to go. But you could always take a car. You could always take the drive. I know that would be a far trip by car, but you should definitely go to a game. I don't know if you've been to a game yet in Buffalo, but you should definitely go. Yeah, it's true. I mean, planes don't often crash. It's a good point. Turbulence. Thank you, Don. Let's see here. So Frank Gore Jr. So did you see the hit? Obviously on Ray Davis. Did you watch that? My dog's going crazy, by the way. Sorry about that. Did you watch the Ray Davis concussion?
Yeah.
Did you see that live, or were you? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen that live. Allen. Yeah, that was man.
That's on Allen, right? Allen kind of put him in a bad spot.
That's on him. If Allen would have hit him on stride, Literally, it was one defender. There was no one else, And so if he would have put him on the go, I think Davis could have made a miss. That literally could have been a touchdown.
Or a big chunk of yards. Yeah, for sure.
It sucked because that was a well-designed play. That was a very, very well-designed play.
It was. He just overthrew. Yeah, he just
overthrew him. That was a delayed will, and just it sucked.
Yeah,
I don't know if Ray Davis is going to be playing in this game, but I will say this: thankfully, we got Ty Johnson, who can do a lot of the duties that I think Ray Davis can do, especially on third down.
What do you think about Frank Gore Jr.? Jason was talking about Frank Gore Jr. possibly being called up if Ray Davis can't or doesn't clear concussion protocol.
I'm excited for him to get the opportunity. Very excited.
Do you think he gets called up? I think he does, right? You have to.
Yeah,
you should have a third round. Okay.
Yeah, in terms of your third, he should be the guy that should be called up. I think again, as a practice squad player, from what we've heard, he's done really good. He's done a really, really good job in terms of giving the defense what he looks. In terms of what Ray Davis can do and what Frank Gore Jr. can do, they're very similar backs. I would say Ray Davis is more explosive. I think he's quicker. I think he's faster.
Yeah.
But they're very, very similar backs. They're both shifty guys. They're both elusive, hard to kind of bring down because they're short stature guys. But they're bigger. But obviously, I think Ray Davis is a little bit more bulkier. But they both have similar play styles. And so, Frank Gore. It's a great opportunity for Frank Gore Jr. I think he'll be more of a special teams role. But who knows? You never know what could happen. This is the Ravens. This is going to be a much bigger, more physical front seven. So you never know what can happen.
I don't know if Sean McDermott, that is. I don't know if McDermott will take the role of the dice and put him in there on offense, but you never know. Like you said, you never know. Danger Zone Jets coming in saying hit the like. He's my a new subscriber to the channel. He has this, I believe he has his own. I know he does because I subscribed. He has a Jets channel. And a good dude, man. So you started, like I said, recently following me. So, obviously go support him as well. So he supports the channel. I support him back as well. Tommy dogs are eating a Denver fan outside. Yeah, no, hopefully Baltimore fan, right? By the way, Jarek's been telling me I don't really go on X a lot, but I guess it's getting very heated with Ravens and Bills Mafia fans. So, man, if you're on there, I would just say stay away from it. Because it's getting from what he said, it's getting nasty or whatever. So yeah. Danger Zone saying Frank Gore Jr. would be fun to see. He's 5'7" bowling ball. Yeah, he runs a lot like his pops. From what I've seen in preseason. Obviously his pops is Hall of Fame, but his pops was durable. That's what's going to probably get him in there, right? So he's not in yet, right? I don't think but he should get in, correct? He's like third all time. What is he right now, Frank Gore Jr.? Fifth all time rushing, or am I wrong on that? What is Frank Gore Jr.? Not Frank Gore Jr. What is Frank Gore ranked right now in all time rushing yards? He's up there, right? I believe he is. Anybody know that? Do you know that, Jarek, or no? Offhand.
Frank Gore's rushing stats?
Yeah, is Frank because I know he's going to be in a.
He might be top.
He's up there, right?
He's got 16K. I think he's right behind Walter Payton.
Yeah, he has to be up there. So he's for sure Hall of Fame. He's not in yet, right? Like they haven't done that yet, but he's for sure with those yards. He's up there top 10. I thought he was top 5. I could be wrong. I haven't looked. If you play for the Buffalo Bills longer than a year, I would know a little bit more about Frank Gore, but he did play for the Hurricanes, so I should actually know more about him, but I don't know his complete, where he ranks in the all-time rushing yards. So let's see here. Dunn, I don't think they would play Gore and just run with Cook and Johnson and have gone just for an emergency, especially because they're not going to play. They're going to call up Gore, but I don't think he gets a carry. I could be wrong. We'll see. Let's see here. Tommy means what is the all-time rushing is what I'm saying. I could look that up. I wonder what. Let's see here. Let's see. Frank Gore. Why not, guys? This is a Monday night. Let's see here. And we're just kicking it with you guys. Let's see here. So all-time NFL all-time rushing yards. All right. Since my chat normally Spin would have this, but that's all right. All right, so here we go. So number 1, Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton and Frank Gore is number 3. So Barry Sanders is 4, and AP, Adrian Peterson, is number 5. Curtis Martin is 6. LT, LaDainian Tomlinson is 7. Jerome Bettis is 8, the bus. Eric Dickerson is 9. And Tony Dorsett is 10. Jim Brown at 11. Marshall Faulk at 12. Edgerrin James at 13. Marcus Allen 14. And Franco Harris at 15. And R. Thurman Thomas is at 16. Derrick Henry, believe it or not, he's 19th all-time rushing. So he's the closest right now as far as players still playing. And then on this list, if you keep going down, that's still in the league is Ezekiel Elliott at 9,000 yards. Derrick Henry, if you want to know, he has 11,423. So, I mean, depending on how long he stays in the NFL for, Derrick Henry, he could get up there. He definitely could get up there. It just, how many more seasons does he have left? I don't see much of a fall off from Derrick Henry. So what would you say, Jarek? Do you think Derrick Henry, how many more seasons do you think he has left where he can maybe get up there, climb the ranks? Let's say, could he get in the top 5? Top 5 would be, he would have to get about 14,000 yards, close to 15,000, because AP has 14,918. Do you think he can get up close to AP?
I think you can surpass him. I think that I want to say 2 years left, but every single time I keep saying it, man, Derrick Henry just continues to define the odds, and I'm like, man, like this, like I can't, like, how the hell do you run that fast at 30? It's insane. Now, of course, I mean, we've seen running backs in their 30s like be successful, like the 80s, 90s. I mean, you can go about the 70s. Like that was the norm. Like you can play in your 30s. But
that's true.
The game has gotten it's evolved to a much more physical. Like athletes are bigger, they're more stronger, they're more physical. It's obviously now it's like when you hit 30, it's a death sentence. Like you're done as a running back. But no, I mean Derrick Henry, man. I mean, dude has 1,800 yards as a 30-year-old running back, and
it's wild, right?
Yeah, if I'm Derrick Henry, because I know he's on a 1-year contract, I would just resign with them one more time, see if I can get a 10-year contract. I'll keep playing on those 1-year deals. If I'm going to do that, though, I need to be playing with a great offensive line. I don't know. Playing with Lamar, I mean, it opens up the run game, because the defense, you can't just crowd the box for Derrick Henry. You gotta focus on Lamar. That helps Derrick Henry. And so, I mean, listen, if Derrick Henry plays with Lamar for about a couple more years and he averages around 1,500 yards, you can get in the top 5.
Absolutely, because that's what about, let's just say, be modest, let's say 1,400, let's say, so 2,800 with the 1140 he has now, what would that be like? 40 plus 2,800, it'd be almost 4,000 yards right there. Almost 14,000 right there. So he'd be at, or actually more than that, 1,100. Let's see here, 1,100. How am I doing that wrong? 11,000. Sorry. So 11,000. 400. Let's just say 420 plus. What do we say? How many more? 2,000 or 2,800. Let's say 2,800. Yeah, he would. So if he rushed for 2,800 more yards, he'd have 14,220 yards, which would be, he would pass Curtis Martin at that point. Mm-hmm. So if he could be 2 more years at the average that he's doing, about, let's just say 1,400, he would be close to AP, because AP's at 14,918. So literally, yeah. And then 1 more year on top of that, let's say he did 1 more at 1,400, he'd have 15,000, and he would 15,620, and he would pass Barry Sanders. And that's Frank Gore is that wow, Frank Gore's even 16,000. That's wild, huh? 16 on the dot. So so it's very possible, and that's 3 years. It's very possible. It just all depends on injury too. You know, if he could stay healthy, and when does he want to retire? You know what I mean? Because a lot of players are retiring early now to pursue other careers, podcasts, you know, whatever, you know, NFL commentary stuff like that. So not a lot of players lately, at least that I see, are trying to get these records. They're you know, retiring early. Aaron Donald, he still had stuff in the tank. He just chose to get out of it. You know what I mean? Done. That's also if he stays the main back the whole time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Done. Right. There a lot has to go in your favor. But right now, we're just saying right now, he's still playing at a pretty high level for his age. So, you know, we'll see if he slows down. I remember people saying he was slowing down. Last year, he was supposedly slowing down. I'm like, how what are you talking about? The guy had a real good year. I would sign that guy in a heartbeat. And Baltimore did the right thing by signing him. Obviously, you see the results. So, and we're going to see him on Sunday. So let's get back to the Denver game. So you were there. The Denver Broncos go up 7-0. What was the big change for you as far as what was the swing as far as momentum goes into the Bills' favors? Like, what did you see when you're like, yep, the Bills have this now?
I would probably say the run game. I would say the run game, and I would say, like, you know, we started to get a little more settled. We were running a lot of power. Like this was a power scheme more than we initially started to do. We were running a lot more traps than we normally would do. But I would say the running game, knowing that this defense was getting a little bit more tired than usual. Broncos, they were playing a lot of soft zone in certain situations. And just, I don't know, like no one, for the most part, how getting Khalil Shakir involved, getting some of the other receivers, getting Kincaid, getting him involved. I would just say the fact that we just started to turn the ball and just how effectively we were just controlling the time of possession, like 41 minutes.
Yeah.
But just in the stadium and getting the feel for the crowd, like no one was worried. Like no one was worried at all that we were going to lose the game. Matter of fact, like as the game was just going on, like the Broncos barely even had the ball. And when they did have the ball, it was just quick three and outs, barely any sort of movement. And you just saw, like, you know, like there was, I will say this, it was a little bit concerned in the first half because of playoffs. You know, during the playoffs, we don't put pressure on the quarterback. And Nick had time. Like, he did. He did time in that pocket. And so you needed your second and third level to play their ass off. And you know, Matt Milano had a great game. I thought Matt Milano and Terrell Bernard had really.
He did. Absolutely. Yeah.
The third.
That was the best game I've seen. That was the best game I've seen from Matt Milano this season.
Right.
Since his return.
You need it. And you need
Absolutely.
it. But yeah, that was the general consensus, the concern. I'm not, you know, again, because we're live right now, but you know, for the most part, like the crowd was going crazy. Like, bro, why can't we put pressure on Nick? And everybody was just going crazy, pissed off about it. But like, you just knew, like, you just knew the way that this was one of the worst games I think I've ever seen Sean Payton call. You know, in terms of just not, like, you know, once Buffalo was able to stop down a lot of their short game, a lot of the screens, a lot of the play action to the tight ends, like that was done. Buffalo got a grasp on that early in the first quarter, like pretty much early in the first quarter. I think the Broncos delivered they gave their best shot to Buffalo in the first quarter. Once that thing was done, they had no answer at all.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's pretty much it's pretty much what I said on my post game. Spin coming in. We got pressure on Nix. Nix was just really good at avoiding it, but Spin, I'll counter that. We do that for, it seems like, every game. So is every quarterback good at avoiding it? We just don't get home. Like, yeah, we put pressure, and listen, there's nothing wrong with that. Like, pressure creates turnovers. Pressure creates 3 and outs. I'm okay with that too. But I would be way happier if we can get home, right, more often. Get a sack, right? We just, for some reason, we just cannot get home for the life of us. Even when we get home, somehow, some way, we don't get a sack. The guy somehow.
You're getting the pressure. The problem is your defensive line weren't. I mean, it was just like.
Well, the second half, I thought the defensive line did better. I thought Ed Oliver.
Your detail was really better. Yeah. Like the second half, they made their adjustments. They were able to figure it out. But Von Miller was killing it. Von Miller was a killer.
He was. That was a good game from him.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. I'm sorry if I'm missing anything. Usually Mikey's doing this, guys, so don't worry. I got you guys. Jimmy Key, man, thank you so much. Tommy, I vote you MVP, a Buffalo content creator. I love you, man. Hey, Jimmy, I appreciate that compliment, man. It means a lot, bro. Spin was going to come back and say something. He'll have a comment to make after I read that. I'm sure he'll have something funny to say. I'm sure Von had a game. Yes, he did. Mr. Fulton says, I'm turning 26 on Monday, January 20th. All right, man. Well, happy birthday to you. By the way, yeah, that's the most interesting man in the chat, Jarek. If you don't know, now you know. He always has something going on. If it's not basketball, it's he's doing America Got Talent. If he's not doing America Got Talent, he's doing some singing competition. So this guy does everything. He's very busy individual. That's why he's the most interesting man in the chat. So yeah. Let's see here. Spin, no other quarterbacks, no other games. The quarterbacks just got rid of the ball quickly. Either way, Spin, we don't get to the court. We don't get many sacks. That's my point. All right. I mean, other teams do, right? So what's the difference there? I'm just saying. Anyways, T-Dodge, Von got held around the neck a few times with no penalty call. Yes, the Broncos were holding a lot. Did you see that or no?
Oh my God! Yeah, the amount of that was the amount of holds, the amount of push-offs. I don't know if anyone was catching that live, but the amount of push-offs that were happening throughout the game was insane. Cortland Sutton, again, I love Cortland Sutton to death, but my gosh, I mean the push-offs, like he had 3-4 push-offs, very very early that weren't called at all. Should have been penalties. But no, Von was getting held the entirety of the game. Greg Rousseau was getting held majority of the game. It was egregious. Like it was a lot of egregious calls that were happening that just I have no idea why they weren't even called, but it is what it is. But again, you have this narrative going around that Josh Allen is the flopper and Josh Allen is the one that the Bills that the favoritism for the refs will come to the Bills. Obviously, you have the viral moment where the referee went to Josh Allen, and now everyone's like saying, "See."
Yeah.
The Bills are always
it's rigged. The NFL's rigged.
It's rigged. Even though we had 7 penalties throughout the even we had seven.
By the way, the NFL's so rigged that they didn't call holding.
No penalties, no offensive PI, like nothing.
Right. Was there a phantom holding call that the refs called in our favor? I totally missed. The call went against us. I mean, it didn't favor us, right? It should have been a holding call. So how's it rigged? You fucked up. Like so, it's crazy what people will come up with these days. It's unbelievable. But it is what it is. Well, Dunk coming in. What does it matter? Anyways, we had sacks last year, but when we get to the playoffs, we get none. It's honestly scheme. It's scheme. It's McDermott's scheme. I do believe that. I think. I truly believe if like certain players went to other teams, I mean, you see it like Poona Ford left here. By the way, Poona Ford never even got time, but here to play, which he should have, was ridiculous. And he's balling out. He had a great year with the Chargers, but with us, he couldn't even get on the field. So it's scheme. And I do believe like if Gregory Rousseau went somewhere, his numbers probably go up a little bit too. But it is what it is, man. Like, yeah, I mean that's the what he likes to play that soft zone nickel. I don't know. I don't tell you. And our front, we just don't get a lot of push, man. We don't. Daquan Jones is just not the Daquan Jones of old, man. And the Buffalo Bills need to figure that out in the offseason. They need to get somebody next to Ed Oliver that complements him, meaning a much bigger DT.
Figure that out, Tommy, and we just won't do it. We won't pull the trigger.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know. I don't understand. See here, Mike Rimmer, Pat Satane, float out mug DK, flat out mug DK in the end zone. Now it's right there, no call. Yeah, well, when you go back and look, I think the ref was looking to the side. I don't know what the hell he was looking at, but he wasn't looking at them. You can kind of tell he was looking to the side. But either way, it was so obvious. I don't know how that wasn't called there, but it is what it is. We wanted up whipping him up. Yeah, Tim Settle did better with the Texans as well. Done. You're right. I forgot about Tim Settle, and I used to dog on Tim Settle while he was here because I didn't think he played well at all while he was here. But once again, scheme, man. So scheme does matter. Am I the only one pissed at Hollins being undisciplined? That cost a touchdown. I'm not mad, Chewy. I'll be honest with you. I thought he brought a lot of energy. Listen. I would have been more mad if the game was super close at that point, and it cost us that yards. I get that, but he brung it all game on special teams. Like that dude was on fire. Like he just brung that extra juice. And I always said, I don't care if an offensive lineman gets a penalty for talking shit or something, you know what I mean? Or just getting up in someone's face. Like if that's what you're bringing, just don't do too many. You know what I mean? Don't do too many, but I don't mind that roughness, that, you know what I mean? Like I don't mind it. And, was it stupid? Sure. But it didn't really make a difference at that point. What do you feel about Matt Collins? Jarek?
He's the Energizer Bunny. Like he's, you know, like when he did that to Patrick Tan, the entire stadium erupted. Like it hurt. Yes, it hurt. Yes, it sucked that it happened, and because we were literally about to score and again.
Yeah,
but at the same time, though, it's like, dude, like the entire sideline went nuts.
Right.
Like that's what Matt Collins does, man. Like he's the one player on the team that he makes a couple plays a game that just sparks the team. He makes and it's impactful plays. All of them are impactful plays, whether it's on teams, smacking Mims as your gunner, or
right.
just, whether
dude.
Talking to the receiver, being the leader on the team, or you're just, or again, you're making those tough contested catches, or you're making plays. He's making plays, and so yeah, he's the spark plug for this team. Right.
I agree, and it's good. He's just like good dude, like in the locker room. You could tell players like love him. You know what I mean? So, look, man, if you bring that energy and just don't do it a whole bunch, obviously. You know what I mean? But I don't mind it. I really don't. Right? And I thought the offensive line, like Alec Anderson, was playing just mean, bro. Like that was the best. I mean, I'm going to ask you, but for me, that was the best I've seen the offensive line all year, as far as their play goes, as far as their like edginess goes, toughness, grit, whatever you want to call it. I thought they were on a different level against the Broncos. Like they had something to prove against that defense. What's your feelings about the offensive line?
Oh yeah, the offensive line played really well. The one sack we did give up was literally because of just miscommunication between the center and the rest of the offensive line. Zach Allen, the other sack dude, Zach Allen, he's a good defensive end, right? They play him more than 3-4 system. He's really, really good. It is what it is. But no, the offensive line played really well. I mean, we shut down Benito. Benito got his ass. I mean, that's a first team All Pro. Got his ass kicked by Deion Dawkins, another player that should have got the All Pro. Didn't get the mentions. But I'm sorry, man. Like you got, listen. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a rant, Tommy. When you have an offensive tackle that's playing on the line, he's not playing off tackle. He's playing on the line in a whitened stance on the line of scrimmage against edge rushers. I don't know if people realize how difficult that actually is, because dude, that's something that, like, if you are in Pop Warner or early or high school football, and I'm talking if you are on a terrible high school football team when they don't teach any sort of technique refinement, if any viable coach would see an offensive tackle on the line of scrimmage on a whitened stance and pass sets, they would get their ass shoot out. Because why aren't you going all the way back? But no, Deion Dawkins is like, he's doing it because he's like, it's like an alpha move.
Yeah,
I'm better than you. I'm going to show you exactly why I'm better than you. And he kicked the shit out of Benito, who's one of the quickest edge rushers in the National Football League, and how Deion Dawkins is able to recover and just absolutely just destroy him from that freaking from the on the line of scrimmage is I'm telling you guys, if you just go back and watch them, just go back and watch the game. I'm telling you, it's insane what Deion Dawkins is doing.
No, Deion Dawkins, man, let me tell you, man, like sometimes he's a little frustrating because some games he just, I don't know what happens. He doesn't schno up. But this game he snowed up. That's a little pun there. I've been doing that. Kind of find it funny. Anyways, no, man. Look, this offensive line is finally getting right. Like, I just feel the only thing I want to see, them do, and I hope they do, is get a left guard there next to Deion Dawkins. Like, I like Edwards, but I don't love him. I think he's our weakest link on the line as of right now. I think they need to draft a left guard, have him sit behind Edwards, however long Edwards is here for, and kind of like we're doing with SVP. I think Van Pran is the future at center, even though, look, I think McGregor's done an excellent job, but SVP is a true center. He's a beast. He's a guy that if he can get his everything, if he can sharpen up his tools, and you know who's going to do that? Cromer, who's one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL. He's going to get that dude right, and when he eventually becomes our starting center, watch the fuck out, because that dude is a beast, bro. And then we're talking, because Deion Dawkins is playing at a high level. Spencer Brown is playing at a high level, and many people thought Spencer Brown was trash, and I never thought that. I always backed Spencer Brown. I thought Spencer Brown just needed to get healthy, and he needed to work with Aaron Cromer, and he finally got that. And look, you see the results; they're right there in front of you guys. Over the last 2 seasons, he's one of the better right tackles in the NFL. He's really good. If you get to stay healthy, man, that guy's going to be with us for a while. That's why they signed him to an extension. It's tough to find those guys. And Osiris Torrance, he has not even reached the ceiling, folks. And he is a beast, bro. Barely gets any penalties called on him. Quiet, but serious. Handles his business. And like I said, I don't think he's reached the ceiling. So we have right there, we're just really missing. I would say that left guard position could get better. But other than that, man, it's definitely on the right track. This is the best I've seen this offensive line in a long time for the Buffalo Bills. What's your thoughts on that, on everybody on the line?
No, it's great. And the offensive line, for the most part, I mean, I love the future of this line. Grable and these guys. Cedric Van Pran is going to be a starter. Like, there's no
for sure.
About maybe a year or two. So sooner or later, that's going to be his position.
Yep.
Grable could also. I'm telling you,
Grable too. I've heard that. Yes, I'm sorry. I heard about Grable. Yep.
Like I'm telling, like, the offensive line, like, going into this season, I would, if and God forbid, hopefully no one goes down, but if anybody did go down, it's just like, like, it sucks, but I'm not that, like, compared to other positions, this was the one, area group I just wasn't really worried about, because I thought, Cromer did a really good job in terms of
depth.
Guys. Yeah, it's deep. It
is.
It's very, very deep. And you got,
you're right,
who are going to be sliding in as starters very, very soon. And man, listen, I can't wait for it. And like I said, I do agree with you. I think we should draft one more guard for depth purposes. But Grable can also play guard.
I forgot about Grable, but I'm with you there. Maybe they can work with him, and he'll be the future there at left. The only thing I want to say, that left guard, like, I just want to get a guy there, and that is complements Deion Dawkins that could stay there, right? Deion Dawkins hasn't had a guy next to him for more than a year or two. Like, it's craziness. I think it's his second year with no, it's his first year with Edwards, because last year with McGovern. So.
Yep.
So it's crazy. It seems like every year we're swapping out left guards. So what I want is them to figure that out. If it's Edwards, fine, whatever. If they feel like Edwards can, but I still feel like he's our weakest link. In time, they need to address that. But I just want somebody, I want this line to stay the way, stop with the musical chairs. Like, if this is it, this is it. But man, I'm happy with it. I'm happy with the depth. And I feel like that's why we're doing a lot better this year on offense, because of that offensive line. And not a lot of people talk about it. They talk about the passing game, they talk about the running game, they talk about how well balanced we are, but we're well balanced because the offensive line has stepped up, and their run blocking is way better. Their pass protection is way better. And that's why we're scoring 30 points a game. I'll be honest with you. That's a big reason why. It starts up front, man. It really does, guys. You got a bad offensive line, you're going to have bad results. It's just the truth. Let's see here. T-Dobbs, love Matt Collins. He reminds me of one of the Hanson brothers in the movie Slapshot. That's funny. He is a character. He came in as Fred Flintstone to the game. It's like, Oh, this guy's a trip, bro. He's a trip. It says Dunn coming in. The only thing I dislike about Dawkins is at times he don't play to the whistle. Yeah, like I said, sometimes Dawkins, I don't know, man. Sometimes like there is games where he just, I don't know, he just doesn't show up. I'm not saying he plays terrible those games, but he has his games where he just, I don't know, that he doesn't play at a high level like he should. Let's see here. Spin. I don't know. I think Dawkins got to be pretty good if he doesn't always show up every game. He's still absolutely. I never listen. Spin. I just said Dawkins is one of the best tackles in the NFL. 100%. I'm just saying he doesn't always give the same energy every game. There's some games he just doesn't show up, or he'll have offside penalties, like like stupid things like that where he shouldn't have. He'll have games like that. Hi, Lafayette. I'm calling McGovern McGregor. Did I say McGovern McGregor? I'm sorry. Hey, McGregor's pretty cool, man. I like McGregor, If I did, my bad. Spin, I'm glad he caught it. McGovern, all right? Damn it. You're funny. Spin is always there to catch me. Hey, whatever, man. If we listen, bring us a McGregor. That would be great, right, Jarek? Like a big shit talking guy from Ireland.
We had opportunity. We had opportunity to get Brady McGregor. We had opportunity to get him.
There, but is he from Ireland? Does he?
Nah.
Does he? Oh, dude, can you imagine if we get a guy to talk shit like McGregor on the offensive line from Ireland? Oh, dude, that'd be epic.
I'll be the final piece, man. I'll be the final piece. Shit talk.
We go searching.
Spencer Brown's a shit talk.
He is, absolutely he is. He's right, yeah, the Irish guy. Right? Oh my god, dude. Oh man. I'm getting to all your comments, guys. I'm sorry. G-Dobbs, would it be legal if Dawkins carry Cook into the end zone? I think it's illegal, isn't it, Jarek? Where I don't believe you're allowed to.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can push.
Carry any. Yeah, but I don't think you can grab their jersey and push it. And by the way, he did do that, and while he was grabbing him, I don't know if that's illegal. I'm pretty sure it's not. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to.
It's one of those rules
grab.
Where, for the most part, you gotta be sneaky to get away. It's like holding. Like you gotta be sneaky to get away.
Right.
There'll be some times where the referees they'll be lenient. They'll say they'll let it go if it's not too, if it's not too bad. But if it's like blatant, then
Deion Dawkins picks James Cook up over his shoulders and just throws him into the end zone. Can you imagine the first time in NFL history an offensive lineman just tossed a running back into the end zone? Oh my god! I'm pretty sure that is not legal, but so Spin Tommy. Not hating, just cracked me up. Yeah, I can't believe. Listen, if I said that, my bad. But hey, it's a funny topic. I would definitely want a McGregor here. I wonder who was mic'd up Sunday. I don't know. Do you know who was mic'd up? Did that come out yet? I don't think that came out yet.
Not yet. No, not yet. I haven't.
Not yet. Okay. The Vikings are getting mollywopped. Are they? What's the score? Oh my God, 24-3. Jarek, it's over. I mean. Not over until the fat lady sings, but it's not looking good for the Vikings. And we know this all too well. If you let the Rams jump on you like this, coming back from that deficit against their offense and, playing at a high level, I don't know if they're, I haven't really watched the game, but it's 24-3. That is tough to come back from, bro. And it looks like the Rams defense is just, I'm looking over now, but looks like they're getting after Sam Darnold big time, bro. Yeah, Anderson. Oh, Alec Anderson, big shit talker too. Big time. He loves it. He got pushed in the back. By the way, that should have been a penalty on the Broncos. I don't know who that was that pushed him, but you can't do that. And just heads up. But they were shit talking each other. The refs probably were like, fuck it, we're not going to throw the flag, which is whatever. Jason, I'm curious if Hyde will see the field this year or just sit back and be a teacher. And I don't think he's going to see the field. I feel like Micah Hyde strictly came here as in case of emergency break glass and came here to kind of coach up or be like, a good locker room guy and talk to the young guys like DeMar Hamlin and the rookie Bishop, even Rapp, and just give them, pointers and tell them what he's seeing. I don't think he sees the field. What do you think, Jarek?
No. And I think he came back again. He wanted to be a part of this Bills organization. He was not going to sign anywhere else, otherwise he was just going to retire. But I think obviously for depth purposes, I don't think they're not that confident. I would say Micah Hyde goes in if it's like emergency situation. That's when he'll get called up. But besides that, though, I mean, for the most part, McDermott doesn't want to play Hyde. He does not want to play Hyde. I think he wants him in there to kind of teach these young guys exactly how to play, the style of defense that Bobby Babich and McDermott wants to have right now on the field. I think that's his role, to just be more of a mentor. Because the guy is a stinger away from having, from being in real danger, being in real trouble with a severe neck. So I think he's in there to kind of mentor the guys, give the offense certain different looks, and just and have different pointers. Like we've seen this. Like this is I'm trying to think. What's the Heat player's name? Udonis Haslem, like that. Udonis.
Oh, yeah, that's a great example, actually.
More of a
guy that could suit up, or he is suited up, but he's more of a leader on the side. He's not going to come in, right? Like we'll have Micah Hyde, right? Put it this way: if we do make a Super Bowl, I can see Micah Hyde being dressed up for that game and
they may shoot him up just for like saying, okay, you know what?
Right. You know what I mean? Like I can see that. You know what I mean? But playing, like you said, I just don't see it happening, guys. T-Dawes, if McDermott was mic'd up, all you hear is clapping. Yeah, right. Yeah, all year. Respect the jinx. Bill season coming to an end. Oh, here, look at this. You got a Ravens fan here. Well, at least he's being, look, see, I don't mind that kind of shit talking. That's fine. Like as long as you don't keep repeating the same thing, right? Like at least bring something else. Like there's the problem I have is like some people will come in like that, Jarek, and then they'll keep writing the same thing over and over and over. Yeah, I don't mind that. You know what I mean? Like that's fair, fine.
You'll hear the same regurgitating points. Like you'll hear, Derrick Henry's going to run for 500 yards and Lamar's going to do that.
Right.
We've heard it. But we're going to hear it all week about the Ravens running game and how
I just say fans. Yeah,
I mean, it is what it is.
I just don't like the fans that come in and are repetitive. Meaning, we had like one guy in here one time. He was like, the Bills played no one. The Bills played no one. The Bills played no one over and over and over. And I'm like, is that all you got? Like, really? Is that all you have? Like, bring something else to the table. I'm cool with that. I can have that debate. We can talk. Okay, why do you think the Ravens are going to whip up on the Bills? Okay, let me know. Okay, and then we can have that talk. But if you just keep being repetitive, it's like, dude, like, you're bringing nothing. You're bringing nothing. You're just being repetitive. Darnold halftime interview says the ghosts are back. I remember that. That's great when he was with the Jets. How can our defense help our weak safeties? By getting to somehow, some way, getting to Lamar, creating pressure, which will help. But that is you gotta play long. That's a tough task, man. Yeah, it's a tough task. We're gonna get into that game too a little bit tonight, and then we'll get into it big time on Friday. Friday Night Lights with me and Mikey. But man, that is. I will say this. I don't know if you watched the Ravens Steelers game on Saturday, and the commentators brung up that the defensive plan. Pretty much. Yeah, the defensive plan was on the RPOs to always go after the running back no matter what. Never to go after Lamar. Like, that was the game plan. And if you saw that game, that sure was. Like, TJ Watt was never going for Lamar.
Breaking down.
And Lamar, it seemed like they knew that, or they must have heard that. And the whole time, Lamar never gave the ball up. He would always take it. And it was crazy. I hope
a lot of it was QB design runs. Like a lot of it was just like, shout out to Tom Munkin. He made the adjustment, saw it, boom. And then what happened in the second half? They all of a sudden now you have 2-3 dudes shadowing Lamar. And that's how that 44-yard run kind of goes. Like that's the danger of playing that team is you got to be disciplined. You got to be disciplined.
Absolutely.
But another thing that, and this again, I know we'll get into it, but this is going to scare the shit out of me, is your interior defensive line needs to be on point. You got this is why, man, we not having a guy that can be a two gapper instead of just having a bunch of one gap players, or maybe guys that maybe have the potential to play two gap, but they're not really as effective. I mean, Ed Oliver is a penetrator. He's not really a guy that's gonna eat space. You need space eaters in this game, and so you don't have that this game, and so now it starts to become more. The game plan starts to become a lot more complicated because now you got to be disciplined. Your linebackers have got to be focused. Like they've got to be focused. Otherwise, it's over. Just like we saw from the Steelers and Ravens game. And Cam Hayward, this is not going to be talked about. Cam Hayward's an all-pro. He got his ass kicked. Like he looked like he was 35 years of age. He looked like he was his age.
Yeah. Dunn saying we'll see more of Phillips and Jefferson. What do you think about that? You think
I don't
we'll see
want
a little bit more?
And by logic that makes sense, right? You want your bigger defensive tackles. Here's the problem though: Jordan Phillips is not a space eater, and Quentin Jefferson is he's a 3-tech. But the problem is Ed Oliver's gonna take him off the field, and so like this is the issue. This is why I was every time I'm back on here, I'm always complaining about this because we should have addressed this years ago. Why are we running this nickel defense when you're not even going to get your space heater that can play the? I don't understand.
No, I'm with that.
When you're playing this defense, but for some reason under McDermott, nope. Let's just get a bunch of one gap players. Let's get a bunch of players that can play 5, that can play 4, or they can play 3, but they're going to be more of a penetrating role instead of guys that can play 2 gap. It just makes the game plan that much more damn difficult.
Yeah.
I don't know, Tommy. I'm gonna be honest with you. This game, thank God I'm not a coach because I don't know what you're gonna do. Are you gonna play? Are you gonna add an extra linebacker and play
I mean, maybe they could put Dorian in there as a third linebacker. I mean, Milano's definitely going to be a spy for sure, and I thought he did a very good job against Bo Nix. But Bo Nix is no Lamar Jackson, right?
No.
So I just want to point that out. And Milano's fast, no doubt, but Lamar's on a different level, right? But I will say this, we've played Lamar well the times we played him. But the difference is Derrick Henry. They didn't have Derrick Henry before. That's a big difference. So now where do you go, right? The RPOs are crazy, right? Who do you go to, right? If you got to pick one, and both of them can kill you. Let me tell you, man, that game for me, Jarek, it's going to take the Buffalo Bills defense to start off strong, get some early stops early. And I mean, the offense has to see. Here's the deal with last game we played against Denver. The only thing I didn't like in that whole game, like my special teams, of course, with the fucking stupid smiling, giving up fake punts. But outside of that, our red zone was terrible, awful. And if you're going to beat a Baltimore Ravens team, you have to score touchdowns when you're in the red zone. You cannot go for field goals there. So the Buffalo Bills need to get ahead early and have the Ravens play catch up pretty much the whole game. And if the offense can stay hot like they've been doing, we'll be okay. But if they come out flat or getting 3 points instead of 7, and the defense can't hold strong, and we're giving up touchdowns early, it's going to be a rough game. It's going to be a rough game, a long game. And yeah, so like I said, man, I think you need to get some early stops, and the offense needs to come out on fire, bro. And if we do, we'll win that game. If we don't, it's like I said, it could be an exit for the Bills. And I don't want to see that, obviously. So hopefully they learned their lesson from the first time they played them. And yes, I know a lot of people are going to say, we didn't have this guy. We didn't have that guy. I get it. And now we do. Now we do. There's no excuse. Okay. So I want to see that defense, because now there's no excuse. You can't come back and say, well, we didn't have this guy was that. No, everybody's there. We need to be at our fucking best when we play the Ravens on Sunday. We cannot make any mistakes. We cannot come out the gate slow. We cannot go 1 for 4 in the red zone. And we were actually 1 for 5 in the red zone. I'm giving away the one because we pretty much kneeled the ball down there at the end in the red zone. So 1 for 4, still unacceptable. So that's how I feel that game has to go, or we're going to lose, right? We need to start out strong and on both sides of the ball. And I need to see the defense, especially that defensive line, play as mean as our offensive line did against the Broncos. I need to see some extra energy, right? I go for it, man. So how do you feel that game is going to be played out, man?
Well,
or what do you want to see for us to get a win? How about that? What is it going to take for the Buffalo Bills to get a win?
Force Lamar Jackson to throw the football. The Ravens are 3-9 when Lamar has to throw the ball 30 times. When they have to throw, they're 3-5. They're 3-5 this season. They don't. The number one excuse every time they lose a playoff game is what? They don't run the football enough, and why? Because Top Monkey,
right.
or whether it was what's his name? Who was the offensive coordinator? Greg Norman. Greg Norman. It was one of those two coordinators where they weren't running the football, and so
they went away from it. Yep.
Right. You got to get Top Monken to be out of character. And how do you do that? And that is offense. Take advantage of the opportunities that your defense give you. Force turnovers. Have, if you can take advantage of those, of turnovers, make sure to work the short field. I'm not going to say time of possession battle, because if you try to play the same way you do against the Broncos, you're playing into the Ravens' hands. Ravens, you're playing right into their hands. The Ravens are an offense. They can, because they'll play that game right back with you, right? You try to take 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes off the clock. They're more capable of us in terms of dominating the field. They'll play that game right back with you. I don't want to play the time of possession game. What I want to do is I need to force Tom Monken to be out of character. And how do you do that?
Yeah,
and that is trying to go out there, take advantage of opportunities, create turnovers, and most importantly, long distance situations. You got to get to 3rd and 8, 3rd and 9, 3rd and 7.
Yeah.
You play 2nd and 4 or 3rd and 2, and you play these short to manageable situations. You're playing Baltimore. You're playing right into Baltimore's hands, because this is when you get to unpredictability. This is when you start to get a lot of RPO-based concepts or read option based concepts, quarterback designers. You get a lot more power run schemes, a lot more traps. This is where you get into unfamiliar territory. But the Ravens, one thing that they're not good in pass pro. They're not good at pass pro at all. And so I think that's one thing there's one thing that I think that we can take advantage of. And this is assuming that Zay Flowers is not playing the game. That they're going to run a lot more 12. They're going to start to run a lot more with Isaiah Likely and Mark Andrews. You got it. Hell, I'm not going to lie to you. If Zay Flowers is not playing and we do want to start to play dime, I wouldn't be mad at all if you put Russell Douglas on Mark Andrews. I wouldn't be mad at it if you start to put one of these safeties or you start to put one of these corners on these tight ends just to make sure to say, you know what, I'm not confident. I'm not that confident. I love Matt Milano, like Bernard. I'm not that confident in it. But besides Rashad Bateman, I have no confidence that any of your receivers can go ahead and beat us. I don't think they really.
Yeah. I didn't even think about the Zay Flowers situation. He's probably going to be game time decision. I mean, it's right now. I mean, from what I heard, we'll see. Spin says the Allen narrative will be unbearable if Bills lose to Baltimore. Last 3 playoff losses to Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar, and then Lamar will probably beat KC, and both Burrow and Lamar will have a win on Mahomes. So, look, man, it'll be unbearable, but will it be Allen's fault? I hate that whole narrative that they do too. Like, it's like Josh Allen can't win the big games, bro. It's fucking football. There's many things that happen in the course of a game that have nothing to do with the quarterback on why a team wins or loses a game. Like, it takes everything to go right for the most part. It's a game of inches as well, and the defense has to do their job. Special teams has to do their job. Coaching has to do their job. Like, it's not all on the quarterback. And I hate the fact that they always go back to the quarterback, as I feel like it's really unfair. Now, if a quarterback is constantly playing bad in the playoffs, fine. I'll go with that. You know, if quarterback's constantly throwing interceptions every time or turning the ball over, fumbling, whatever, like, okay, I can buy that. I can look at the game and go, yep, every time he's been in the playoffs, you know, he just does not play well. And Lamar is kind of guilty of that. He's had some bad games in the playoffs. So we'll see what happens now against us. But yeah, I'm with you, man. You gotta stop that run and make them kind of one dimensional. If I'm Buffalo and I'm Sean McDermott and Bobby Babich, listen, go back to the Baltimore Ravens losses this year. They've lost because they stopped running the ball. And go back, and I'm looking at film. I'm looking at what Cleveland did to them. Looking at I believe they lost to Pittsburgh. I'm looking at all these games and see how their defense ran and what they did, effective, how they were effective against Baltimore that got them to stop, get out of the running game, right? I'm just looking at that because you have to look at film. So they can be beat. The Raiders beat them. The Browns beat them. Like, they're not like this big powerhouse. There is a way to beat Baltimore. You just got to be sound on defense. And you can't be out of position or Derek Henry will take it to the house. So let's see here. Whole new team and fully healthy. Yeah, I know. I get it. That's why I'm saying there's no excuses. I don't want to hear it from anyone if we lose this game. And I don't think we will. I believe in this team, but I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Let's see here. Linda West saying, hit that button for Tommy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Greg Roman. Yes, Greg Roman. Didn't he? I thought he was Greg Roman was his name. That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Greg Norman was we're getting our names confused. I said Connor. Yep. I said McGregor tonight. You said the old what was he, a golf player? Greg Norman. Did Greg Norman play golf?
I don't even know who Greg Norman is.
I think Greg Norman was like a golfer in the 80s or 90s. Either way, hey, you guys understand. I'll tell you, Jarek, the chat will quickly correct us. They will let it known that we made a mistake real quick. Let's see here. Spin. I think Bishop's athleticism is more against Baltimore than Hamlin's. What do you think about that? I don't think Bishop sees the field. I think McDermott is set on Hamlin. I don't think Hamlin will be here after this year, but for some reason he's sticking with DeMar. And I don't think DeMar's had a bad season, by the way. So this is no shot on DeMar. I just don't think he's our future at that position. I do believe Bishop is. I just think he needs a little bit more time, and he'll get that in the offseason because I just don't think DeMar will be back. But listen, that's a great story. He's played well this season, and that's not a knock on him at all. I think he's played well. So we'll see. Let's see here. I agree, Tommy. Yep, no excuses. Shark. Let's see. I'm trying to get to everything here, and I think I got to all of them. Hamlin had a good game against Denver. I thought he played well. Yeah, I didn't think he played bad at all. I'm not saying, like I said once again, not knocking him. I just don't think he's going to be our future safety. I think this is his last year with us. I could be wrong though. Who knows? Sal, love the 6:30 start. No sleep, walking for the first half. Crazy fired up crowd, and Allen goes off at night. Yeah, I do too. You like the night game, Jarek?
Well, for this one, no. Oh, absolutely not. Not for this game.
Jarek's saying no. What's going on? Why don't you like the night game?
It's going to be 19 degrees. It's going to be snowing. It's the wind's picking up, man. I'm like, listen, I like these early 1 o'clock. Like, listen, yesterday was beautiful. It was 30 degrees. There was no wind. It was warm. Like, I overdressed. Like, normally I don't do that. I overdress. You know what I'm saying? But this is, it's going to be.
So you're saying the experience or watching it? Like, because for me, like, mind you, I don't go to the games. I live in Detroit. Now, I've been to Buffalo. I've been to a game. I went to a game in 2018. Right. But watching it at night, though, is so fun, dude. Like you know what I mean? The Buffaloes light it up. You know what I mean? It's a different experience, like watching. But I get it. I get what you're saying. If you're going there,
September, October, November, I'm all for it. September, October, November, I'm all for night games. Listen, I'm the advocate. I'll try to go as many as I can, even though I didn't really go any this year. But in January, I'm playoff mode, and when it's 18, listen, I can't complain that much because the next day on Monday, it's going to be 11 degrees on Monday, and then it's going to be 9 degrees on Tuesday. So thank God that it's happening on Sunday because it's Sunday. It's going to be a dramatic drop. But man,
I'm in Detroit, man. We are at 18 degrees. So
right, it's like
I get it.
The coldest time of the month. The coldest time is the nighttime. It's like, man, it was going to be 26 degrees. It's going to be 19 at kickoff, and then we're going to get snow.
Well, I will say this: the Spin's comment, and it's actually a good comment. Spin, wind will affect Lamar more than Allen. Also, snow is not good for Lamar.
It's not going to be windy though. That's the shitty part.
Oh yeah, but you never know. You know how Buffalo.
Right? Yeah, I mean, you never. Yeah, obviously the weather.
Right. It's so unpredictable. Yeah, and that stadium gets howling, bro. Even when it's not, I noticed. Even when it's not, like they say, oh, it's not windy out, like in Buffalo when we're doing. It's windy inside the stadium. Like for some reason, that stadium just attracts the wind. It's like, come on in.
I don't know. Maybe it's the ghost, man, because we that stadium is buried right. It's literally right underneath a grave.
I know.
Maybe it's the curse of the stadium, and maybe it's just the ghost saying, "Man, listen, I don't know." Like it is. Yeah. That's a good point.
Right. Hopefully, those ghosts don't go across the street in 2026. Listen, just stay there, guys. All right, hang out at Highmark when we move, please. Henry gone stiff arm Hamlin into the 200 level. Jeez, respect the Jukes is saying Henry's gonna stiff arm Hamlin into the 200 level. Listen, Henry stiff arms everybody to the 200 level. That guy is a one of one. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. He is unbelievable. But I give him all the credit in the world. He's dynamic, man, as you can get for a running back. He is elite. He's everything, all in one. I wish we signed him, and we did not. Yeah. Works out perfect. No work on Monday due to MLK Day. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I forgot about that. It is.
There we go. Well, we better win because it's going to be a long off day for you. Just saying. Lamar has fumbling issues. The cold will affect him. That's a great point as well, Dobbs, and that is true. So, somebody said earlier in the chat. I wish I don't know where it is, but hit him with that peanut punch.
He's never
absolutely
snow before, so this will be his first. If it does snow, it'll be this first ever. That's crazy. He's been in the league for almost a decade, and he's.
Oh, really? I didn't even know that. So he's a Miami boy. I know that. Wow. Okay. Well,
Henry, he's never played in snow games.
Really? Wow. Okay. All right. Well, that's a good thing. That's what home field advantage is all about. But I will say this for the Buffalo Bills: please wear the proper cleats and gloves. We tend to slip a lot in our own home stadium when it's snowing on the field. Like we do not wear the. I don't know why or how or like the equipment manager needs to figure out which cleats these guys need to be wearing to prevent them from going all over the place because they just do not. Like I've seen it way too many times where they're just slipping and sliding and the other team is fine. So figure that out, equipment manager. Should be the perfect environment for Lamar to choke. Jeez. Monday is also inauguration day. Okay. We can use the snow to our advantage. Absolutely. So it's time for that part. Mr. Jarek, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Normally Mikey does this, but you, my friend, are going to do this today after we play the intro.
The good, the bad, the ugly.
All right, so give us the good, bad, and ugly.
All right, so I would say definitely the good was pretty much taking away the Denver Broncos their initial game plan, which we all knew they were going to throw a lot of screens. They were going to use a lot of play action. They were going to focus on attacking their immediate point, and we were able to eliminate that right away. I think another thing, a good part too, was the fact that Josh Allen was spectacular. Like that's got to be a good. He was spectacular. He was poised. Yes, he missed some key throws here and there, but Josh Allen, he was phenomenal. With a lot of his progressions, a lot of his reads, was able to he was locked in, laser focus. Now the bad, I would say the bad was the injuries started to creep up a little bit. This scared me. Obviously, I don't think Ray Davis is going to be playing in next game. Teron Johnson was he got hurt. He came back in the game, but
thank God for that. By the way, Jared,
I'm like
that looked bad, bro. And I told Mikey, by the way, sorry to cut you off. I told Mikey, I'm like, that's either a really bad concussion or his neck got jacked up. And when they said he cleared concussion protocol, but now he's back. They're back in the locker room looking at his neck. I'm like, oh,
I thought he
never
was out.
good.
I thought he was.
Yeah, I did too. That was bad, bro. But tough kid came back, so he'll be all right. But go ahead, Jared. Sorry about that.
And you know what, Tommy? I'll just say this: I wouldn't be surprised if he was actually knocked out, and they said it's just a neck injury. It's like we've had a tendency of doing that with certain players.
I know of one. Of one earlier this season. His number is 17. He definitely got knocked out for a quick second.
So that I would say that was the bad a little bit. Also, too, I would say this first half in terms of interior pressure scared me a little bit because I'm like, this is kind of deja vu of what we were doing. But and then I would say also to miscommunication, the backhand Taylor Rapp. We got to fix this. We got to fix this with Taylor Rapp with communication because. For some reason, I mean, Rasul Douglas was supposed to pass over the.
That was bad.
He was supposed to pass it over to Rapp. Rapp didn't see it coming because he's watching the quarterback the entire time, and so he's watching the backfield, and then boom, that happened. And it's like we got to stop doing this. Like
that's the second time too. Yeah,
he's done this 5 times this season, and it has resulted in big plays. Like I can understand Cole Bishop doing that. You come on, Taylor Rapp. So we got to fix that. But yeah, I would say that's the bad. Now the ugly. I'm trying to think what would be the ugly of what I can think of here. I think I just gave away my ugly with Taylor Rapp. Maybe Taylor Rapp was my ugly. Oh no, the ugly is red zone. We 1 for 5 in the red zone. We got to do better, man. Yeah, we got to do better in the red zone. This game could have been a lot worse, and I mean a lot worse if we were just able to capitalize on half of the red zone efficiency drives.
Absolutely, would have been over 40 points.
Yeah.
We would have totally crushed. Not that we didn't crush them, but it would have been. We put it this way, it would have definitely been a 40 burger. 100%.
Right.
If we just get a couple touchdowns to the field goal, 100%. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm in special teams, right? I would say the ugly on the.
I don't even count on you. I'm so numb to it. And you know what's funny? This is what TV won't show you. They knew that the call was coming. They knew it because because there was a certain formation, they were lined up in a certain formation, and all of a sudden, one of the players he's tapping his helmet. So he's tapping his helmet. He's letting the sideline know, like, hey, something's going to be coming. So they're trying to communicate on the field of what's really going on. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It was a mess. Like they knew that the play was kind of calling. We went from it was weird because we went from a safe look to okay, we're going to get after it look back to a safe look, and Connerton it was just a mess.
No, Connerton was out. So Connerton wasn't playing. Remember, it was Khalil Shakir.
One of our gunners slipped. I forgot who that was, but one of our outside guys kind of slipped, allowing the receiver to kind of go out there and make the play.
I'll tell you what, it was well executed by Denver. Yes. I'll say this though, they must have saw something on tape, and I can tell you what they saw on tape. We do not ever. I mean, I couldn't tell you the last time we tried for to block a punt. You know when we had 9 guys on the field against the Rams.
Yeah,
right? That's the last.
It's like, come on, man. Like we got to get and it was Jamarcus Ingram. Like we got to get this thing straightened out, man. Like, come on, man.
So they absolutely saw that. Yeah. So, bro, imagine the punter had all the time in the world. to like fake punt it. You know what I mean? Which he did great. He took his time. He had no pressure. You know what I mean? It was a perfectly thrown ball. Like, but that's because we don't rush the punter. We never do.
Right.
And I don't know. That's on the special teams coach. I have no idea what he's doing. But
like Spence saying in chat, maybe it's not directly on Smiley because that Ingram did bail out a little bit too early.
I get it. But you coach these guys.
Yeah, but you got to be like, it's not like we didn't see.
Then get him off the field if he's not the guy.
Getting on the field, we know that the play is happening. That something's happening, and it's just another team's blunder.
Yeah, and it's happened twice now this season. So you're going to keep playing keep blaming the players. It happens once, okay. You correct that shit so it doesn't happen again, and it happens again. What about not having the right amount of guys on the field on special teams? Like, it's happened multiple times this year. Finally, McDermott spoke up about it, saying it was unacceptable. Finally, bro, this guy, he's bad. He's bad. He needs to go. And hopefully they address that in the offseason. Nothing we can do about it right now, but he's done terrible. Let's see here. So anyways, so that was, is that all you got for the good, bad, and ugly? Is that your good, bad, and ugly?
Yep.
All right. So, guys, man, we're going to wrap this thing up because we're going to be talking about this Baltimore game on Friday. We're going to go in more depth on Friday. So while you're here, Jarek, I want you to go ahead and, because you're not going to be on Friday, so go ahead and let us know what your prediction is on Sunday against the Ravens.
I'm going to say Bills. I'm going to say 28. I'm going to say Ravens 24. I'm going to say, 28-24 is going to be fine.
Close game.
I think the first half is going to be slow. I think we're going to have a slow first half. I think the second half is where things are really going to start to pick up. I hope we win this game. I think the Ravens, in terms of their star talent, they have more talent than we do. They got better Pro Bowlers, more All Pros, obviously, than we do. They got more star talent. But I think again, just non-biased look. If Zay Flowers, if he plays in this game, I might have to lean more towards them, only because now all of a sudden you have two deep threats in Zay Flowers, Bateman. They're top 10 in the league in separation. So they have no problem in terms of, and they're top 10 against zone defense. So they're very, very good receivers. They can be very, very explosive. And you just add an extra sort of dimension element. And then, and I'm sorry, I have no confidence in my D tackles. I have no confidence. How was Philadelphia able to neutralize Baltimore's? I mean, Philadelphia played the best in terms of neutralizing the run game. They played the best because they have defensive tackles. They have a 1 tech, they have a 3 tech. And they have depth, like they have a rotation, they have consistency, and you need that to be you are not putting yourself in the best possible position if you don't have the defensive tackles in place to stop the run. And so it'll be interesting to see if we're going to stay in more of our nickel, if we're going to go dime, if we're going to be more. It'll be very interesting to see what sort of defensive looks that we give. But this game, even with Matt Milano and Bernard and Teron Johnson, who was very, very important in terms of the extra run defender. But it just makes it so much easier if you had the defensive tackles, and we have been ignoring it.
I agree.
But I'm going to say 28-24. I think Josh Allen's going to get the ball rolling. It's going to be tough. Baltimore's defensive line, more specifically their D tackles, they're going to give us a problem in the run game. I don't think James Cook's going to get 100 yards. Michael Pierce, Travis Jones, and Mbuke they're tailor-made for this game. And so I don't think Cook's going to get 100, but we're 7-2 when James Cook, when we get to throw the ball. So we'll
I think we can, if our offensive line comes out the way they did against Denver, meaning they have a point to prove, and they played nasty, gritty. They're in that zone like they were against Denver. I think we can get the run game going for sure. I do. But if they're not, they come out just and they don't win in the trenches, they don't have that nastiness, then it's going to be tough to run against them. But I get where you're going. I'll give my score prediction on Friday Night Lights, guys. But it will be a close game for sure. The Bills just need to get out to a strong, a fast start on offense and really defense. They need to get some early 3-and-outs. Cali Blitz coming in. Got to stop Ravens' run to win the game on Sunday. Absolutely. That's where it all begins. You have to at least, I don't think you're going to totally stop the run, but you got to at least try to slow it down some. And you got to jump ahead. You got to jump on them early and make them one-dimensional, right? Get touchdowns instead of field goals. Get a good cushion-sized lead and force Baltimore to be a pass-heavy team. That's what you got to do to win this game. If you can't stop the run, it's going to, like I said, it is going to be a rough night in Buffalo. And that means Josh Allen, the offense, is going to have to play perfect football. And it's going to be a back-and-forth battle. And it might come down to the last possession, like if it winds up being that. So we shall see Sunday night, but we'll get more into it on Sunday. We are 34-0 when we rush the ball 50% of the time. So, Steve. All right. That's what you're saying. That's pretty good. Control that clock. For the love of God, we need to tackle the right way. Yeah, we do. Don't try to tackle Derrick Henry above the waist. Grab by the legs, right? That's how you tackle Derrick Henry. Please do not try to tackle him above the waist. You will get stiff-armed or ran over real quick. I've seen that way too many times. And by the way, I want to say this too. Baltimore had 21 going in the half against Pittsburgh. They only had 7 in the second half. They can be slowed down. They can be stopped. It's a matter of adjustments on defense and your players stepping up and winning in the trenches, slowing them down. But you cannot have them build a cushion-sized lead like they did against us earlier this year. You can't allow that, because you see what happens. One mistake on offense, and that's a wrap. And that's what happened when we tried to make our comeback against them in Baltimore earlier this year. It was one mistake, and that was the ball game. And Baltimore just continued to do their thing. So cannot afford to have mistakes either on the offensive side of the ball. And I think Joe Brady learned a valuable lesson in that game, because things were actually starting to turn into our favor. The momentum was actually going in our favor, and that quickly changed on that turnover on a stupid gadget type play that was not needed at that time. And I think he learned a valuable lesson, actually. Let's see here. Usually you are winning when you are able to run a lot. Normally you're forced to pass when losing. Yeah, that's correct, Spin. Thank you. Spin's a smart ass, by the way. You know what I meant, Spin. Let's see here. 27-9 Rams. Yes, the Vikings just scored. They're going for a 2-point conversion right now. So there's 5 minutes left in the third quarter. So they still can make a comeback, but boy, they are far behind right now. Let's see if they get this 2-point conversion, and then we'll get out of here. And they do not. So it's 27-9 with 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. So, guys, Bills Mafia, you guys are the best, man. Rocking with us every Monday, every Friday night. We really do appreciate you guys. Wednesday will be Mafia Talk with Jay and Big Cuz at 8 p.m. They're going to be talking about the Broncos game. They're going to be previewing the Ravens game. You don't want to miss them. They've been a great addition to this channel. So go ahead and support them. Show them the same love you show me and Mikey and Jarek. Me and Mikey will be back Friday at Friday Night Lights at 9 p.m. Jarek, thank you so much for joining me tonight, man. I really, really appreciate you filling in for Mikey, who had to go to dinner with his big work meeting. So thank you so much, Jarek.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, as always.
Yes, you are the best, Ben. The best. Anyway, guys, we appreciate all of y'all, man. Bills Mafia, you guys rule. We're out of here. Peace. Go Bills. Jarek, go Bills. Yeah, there you go. See you guys later.